is meant to develop written resources that can be used to teach a multilingual classroom. So as part of the program, we shall be developing written resources we can use to teach our class. Then of course, practicing teachers and then teachers and the training, you are the target of this program. And we are going to study how to use the home language of children to teach in the classroom. When I say the home language, it means that the languages children speak at home, which we refer to as the mother tongue. Case-wise, I say it is the L1 of the children. And then remember that this toolkit is led by a multilingual resources bank. It means that some of the materials you and I will be producing as part of studying this program, we put it together to constitute what we call a multilingual resource bank. So that anytime teachers want materials to teach at the lower level, they can always go there and get more information to use by way of sources. Now, what is the structure of the toolkit? The toolkit is a book which is written, it's a text. And that text is form of a guide for us to be able to study this. The toolkit consists of 9 units. It consists of 9 units, so it means that taking part in this project, you are going to learn 9 different topics on multilingual education. And when you open the toolkit in each unit, there is what we call an input. For the input, we will give you slides and videos to watch and other materials. Then when you watch, we expect you to prepare your questions. Then we now come together as a class to discuss from what you saw in the video or what you heard in the video. The videos are short, discussing the slides in the unit. At least 20 to 25 minutes videos, some are 11 minutes. They're long videos, right? Then we have an activity session. After every unit, when you finish watching the videos, there's a simple activity we expect you to do. You can do it as an individual or you can do it in group. But because we are going to be doing it online and you'll be at home alone, it means that you'll be doing the activity alone as an individual. So after every unit, there is an activity for us to do. Then we have what we call resources. Now, resources are usually the reference materials which we will need in our studies, isn't it? We shall be providing you some of the resources, and maybe in your personal research or reading, you may come across other resources you think that will be helpful to the program. Feel free to send them to me through my email I'll be providing later. When you see something that will say this will be relevant to building the resource bank, you can send it. It can also be an article. It could be a book. You send those resources. Wow. Then we have what we call Tell Us About It section. The Tell Us About It section is your personal response after every unit. After reading or watching the videos and then doing the activity, do you have any comment to share? Maybe your comment, your views, your opinions, you can't share with us. We'll give you that opportunity, then you share those comments with us, and we'll use those comments to improve on the written resources. So that is the structure of the toolkit. And every unit You see, I'll share the toolkit with you on the WhatsApp page. Opportunity to interact with the teacher. Then how to use the toolkit. How to use the toolkit. First of all, I want you to get a special notebook for yourself or an exercise book just for yourself for this item. That notebook is going to be used for you to write down your comments, your questions, things about the toolkit. For example, when you watch the video and then you have questions, you write the questions down. And then we can discuss the question on the platform, or once in a while, I will just use a Google Meet for us to do, online face-to-face discussion. I will be doing that as well. You write your questions down. Then during the interaction, I might also ask you some questions and expect you to give me a feedback. So you just write it in that book. The activities, if there are questions you need to answer, you just answer them in your own book. So you build your own resource by using that book. So first of all, you will need writing material. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, you can do the activities in the toolkit in groups, or you can do it as individual, isn't it? Then remember that not that everything you see in the video is being researched. Everything we mention in the video are authorities. You understand that? It is being written or done by competent and seasoned lecturers who are into education. Right. Learning outcomes. What are our main objectives? And what do we expect you to achieve at the end of the learning process? The two major objectives I mentioned earlier. One, to understand the basic principle of multilingual pedagogy. That is the principle of teaching a multilingual class. And that's a theory. And then the second objective is to develop a multilingual resources. It includes teaching and learning material. It could be in the form of written, it could be in the form of stories. Is that we'll have things put together, and then other things we expect you to develop. One, by the end of the project, we expect everybody to embrace multilingual and understand what multilingual education is and can explain and use it everywhere you find yourself. Now, sometimes we find these challenges because we don't know what multilingualism is about. We don't know what bilingualism is about. There's a need you understand this, and when you understand it, then you begin to use such things effectively. As a teacher, you need to have the knowledge about what you do for people to appreciate what you actually do. And then, of course, you need to develop your confidence level of using a multilingual resources or using a multilingual-based teaching in a classroom. You need that confidence to be able to do things. And this is what we expect you to know after the 9 units of learning about multilingualism and then producing multilingual resources. Then, who created this toolkit? Somebody created the toolkit. The toolkit is an idea about a lecturer in King's College, London, Dr. Clyde Akanu. She developed this idea, and then in collaboration with Sabine, a senior lecturer also in UK, University of Sheffield, and then Sidia Jatta, a linguist in Gambia, they collaborated to produce this toolkit for training teachers on multilingual education and developing multilingual resources. And originally it was done in Gambia. Then I also saw it and realized that this is a good project. I decided to adapt it and pilot it in Ghana as it is piloted in Gambia as today. So you realize that a lecturer in UDS is the one who is adopting this, and then he's piloting it. Those of you who don't know my full name, you see.
Sir, we know it's
today.
your name.
Oh, you know?
Yes.
And you know that I'm a lecturer in linguistics and languages education as well. Right. So, then the toolkit, when in future, if you are going to cite it by way of references, this is how the citation should look like. Ankano C, Little X, and Idusa A 2025, multilingual resources for basic schools in Ghana. In future, that is how the toolkit will be cited. So the toolkit was originally developed for multilingual education in Gambia by these people I've mentioned, and I have adopted it, and then I'm going to pilot it in Ghana. Now, there's something we call the pre-training questions. I will share